Hello everybody, thanks for stopping by. It has been a couple of days, I think. I don't even remember. I am really tired. But I really wanted to get a video up and, well actually I was working on some ephemera for a journal and it was too big. So I decided to get back to my little golden book, which I'm trying to build up my ephemera stash for, which I feel like I'm really going overboard with it, but it's going to have 3 signatures like I had said before in a previous video. So I really want to get this done, and so the ephemera that I decided to make for another journal, it's a tall, skinny journal, so it's not going to fit. So I decided to create it for this particular journal instead. And so I was finishing up, and I thought, I'm going to turn the camera on before I finish it so I can show you what I'm doing, because it's really easy. And I started out by creating some envelopes, you know, to create this with. And then I thought the envelopes were really too pretty to cover. And of course you could do it like this and not cover it. I embossed the paper and then, you know, made the envelope. But I pulled out some of my vintage envelopes that I have like a gazillion of, and I created them with those instead. But you could still use these if you wanted to, you know, make your own envelopes, which I will do in another video maybe sometime. But for this one, I'm using some printables from Raindrop Lila. And this is her Pretty and Peach, I think. Pink? I don't remember. But it is Raindrop Lila. And if you go on her Etsy store, be very careful. Make sure your wallet is full, or your credit card, or your PayPal, because you'll be purchasing just about every single digital she has. Anyway, I decided to use these, and I printed them on tracing paper because I was covering the envelopes and I didn't want them to be real bulky. You could cover them with book page, you could cover them with dictionary, you could cover them with whatever you wanted to. You could not cover them at all. But let me show you what I'm doing. So all you do is you take your envelope and you create a card to go in your envelope. Now you don't have to use tracing paper. You can use printing paper or a printable or music paper or any kind of paper you want. Just create a card and fold it so that when you place it inside your envelope, when you open up your envelope, you are going to, you know, place it in your envelope so it's like a card. But when you open your envelope, you want to see that, okay? You want to see what's on the inside, okay? And like I said, I use tracing paper, so that doesn't matter. And it's not going to matter anyway, because I'm closing up the envelope. So you make your card, you place it inside your envelope, and I'm not going to give you measurements because your envelopes are all going to be different sizes. So you just take whatever size envelope you want. This one happens to be, and I have a gazillion envelopes. I am a freak on saving greeting cards and envelopes and collecting them and picking them up wherever I can find them. This one happens to be 5.5 by 4.5. Interesting. Anyway, so yeah, so you're just going to take whatever paper you want, place it inside so that when your envelope opens, because it will eventually open, okay? So that this is what you see when your envelope eventually does open, okay? And then all you're going to do is, I'll just use this, my art glitter glue. No, I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac. And you're going to close up your envelope. I'm going to move this out of the way so that it doesn't get anything on it because we need that. And this is what I use for tracing paper. It's very thin, goes through your printer no problem. I have just an HP Envy photo printer, and it goes through very fine, very easy. You just have to cut it down because it's a little bit big. How are you all today? I hope you're doing well. I hope to be able to upload this video today. If not, I'll upload it tomorrow. I won't lie, I am exhausted. But I just had to come into my craft room and craft because I went yesterday to my friend's house. She was having a yard sale and she had some things for me. And I just wanted to spend some time with her because I hadn't seen her in quite a while. And on the way home, we stopped at a... my husband dropped me off before he went to work, and then, as you know, I don't drive, so she drove me home. And on the way home, there was an estate sale that she wanted to stop by, so we stopped by the estate sale, and I couldn't believe it when I walked in. I just almost died. The woman who passed away was a Creative Memories for 20 years, and I happen to be Creative Memories person, whatever you call it. I'm so tired. For 17 years as well, demonstrator. And so she had lots and lots of stuff for that. But she had stopped doing Creative Memories and got into junk journaling before she passed away. And she passed away from pancreatic cancer, and I had pancreatic cancer, so that was just so bizarre. But so in any event, I had, looked at a lot of her things, and I got very emotional because the daughter had a lot. So you're going to close up your envelope. So you put your card in, close up your envelope. Now you just want to cover your envelope. So I just took this, this kind of a lacy, beautiful pattern, and I put that on tracing paper as well. And then you're just going to cover it up. And so yeah, I went through some of her things that she had made, and she gifted me like a lot of her things that she made. She made some beautiful things. And so just before I was leaving, there was another room, and I thought, oh, I'll just stop in this room real quick because it said books. And so I picked up a few books, and as I was walking out, there were some punches, and this was $1. And I looked at it and I thought, no, what? Stampin' Up, yep, it is, yep, it is, it's a whale tail punch. So I now own a whale tail punch for $1. And I don't even know where to begin. So yeah, I just needed to craft with that today. So anyway, I made something. I'll show you what I made. And it was just like a last minute thing just before I turned on the camera. I thought, ooh, I know what I can make with that. So anyway, that was huge. And I'm not going to even begin to show you all the things that I got for $23 because right now my craft room is, I can barely walk because it's all on the floor. It's in a huge box. They gave me a box to put it all in, and I took a lot of it out to show my husband this morning. I was too tired last night, and I was so excited about the punch that I couldn't even breathe. I actually went on eBay right away as soon as I got in Katie's car, and I said, "You're not going to believe this." And she said, "What is it?" And I told her, and I went on eBay, and there's actually two on eBay right now. That one is got like it's up to $60, and it's got 6 bids. The other one's up to $80, and it's got, I think, 4 bids, and there's like 3 days left, so I'm watching them. I just want to see how much they go for, but they were the only two on eBay in the United States, and I was just like so excited. My husband said, "Sell it." I'm like, "What? I have been wanting one of these for my life." No. So yeah, I am so enamored. I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know. It's just crazy. God, it's so good. So now I own a whale tail punch. No more purchasing punched whale tail on Etsy, so that I have them, or drawing them myself, or creating them myself. So then you're just going to cover your envelope. So you're going to put your card in, and then you're going to, put whatever you decide on the outside book page, or nothing, or like I said, I'm using tracing paper because, one, I love working with tracing paper, and I do have a ton of it. Actually, I bought a huge pad. I mean, it is huge. It's going to take forever to cut it up. It's very vintage. It was $1. It's got like 100 sheets. I don't know what it was used for originally. Maybe some art or something, but it is, I want to say it's a pad, and it's got, at least 100 sheets. It's all yellowed. And I have no idea what it was ever used for in the beginning, for originally. I didn't ask. I just saw it, and it was $1, and I thought, this is beautiful. And it's a little bit heavier than tracing paper, but it said tracing paper on the outside. And I want to say the sheets are probably about 20 inches by 24 inches or something. I don't know. I didn't measure it. It's huge. I couldn't fit it on this desk for sure. It'll definitely be on my other desk, and I'll have to cut it all up into, pieces so that I can fit it through my printer. But I was very fortunate. Very, very fortunate. I could not believe it. She had a ton of punches, and I didn't even look at them. I grabbed it with the other things that I had, and I left. Oh, and then she had so many of these boxes. This is full of Brads. This was $2, and this is all Brads. And she had, I don't know, I want to say 10. It was the most organized craft woman I had ever known in my life. She was amazing, amazing. So yeah, I got 2 of these, all different sizes. This was the miniest, the teeniest ones. And it came in this container. Everything came in containers. Nothing was more than $2 or $5. I also got a Creative Memories, brand new in the box. And I have one, but it is so, worn because I had used it for so long. But this was still in the box, still in the bubble wrap. And this was $5. And I needed one so bad, but it's the trimmer, and it's brand new. It's never been used. So, yeah, that was another item that I got. And like I said, I won't even begin to show you the other things. Let's get back to this. Okay, so you cover your envelope. So now you've got your envelope. It's all covered. And I'm just going to put this aside to dry real good. And did I glue both sides? Gosh, I can't even remember. Just make sure that it's really glued well. Okay. Like all your sides are real glued, you know, really well. It looks like it is. So I'll just leave this aside for a minute to dry. And the other ones I already have ready, so this video won't be too long. And then what you're going to do is you've got your 3 envelopes and they're all covered. Now what I'm going to do is I am actually going to slice the top. Okay, so now that it's all glued together, it's all done, I'm going to take and just get my cutter. I guess I could use my new one, but I'll use this one for now because it's here and it's open and so I'm just going to take a thin slice off of the top of that. So see, I folded it here, so I'm going to cut it here where so I'm just going to slice the top of that off so that I can reopen this. I'm just going to take a thin slice off. Just a thin slice. Not too much, just to open it back up again. I know. It's like, why did you do up? Where did it go? Oh, it fell out. I don't know why it does that. Oh my goodness. I always have to have my husband put this back in too when he's not home. Oh. I hope you're all having a good day. Okay, so I'm just going to take a thin slice off. Okay, so now when I open it up, this is what you're going to see on the inside. See? Like that. But it looks like I'm going to have to probably run a bead of glue there because I think I didn't glue it up tight enough to that edge. So let me just do that real quick. You know what? I think this is the one I put aside to dry. So let me just get some art paper glue and get that in there. Get this out of the way. Have you been crafting this weekend? So I didn't do much yesterday. Like I said, I went and helped Katie with her yard sale, and I got some really great things that I am repurposing. I will show you those in another video. I'm very excited about them. It's going to take me a while to repurpose them, but I'll get there one day. I've got so many things to repurpose, it's ridiculous. But I'm getting there. It's all for storage, and they were cheap, very inexpensive. And you can't find them anywhere because they're so vintage. I have a couple, but... So yeah, that was the one that I hadn't let dried. So anyway, so now when you open it, that's what you see on the inside. Okay? So yeah, so that's all you do. And just press this down. Oh, it looks like that one. Did that one glue down? No. Okay, there we go. So yeah, let it dry before you cut it, so that when you do cut it, you won't have to do that. So now what I'm going to do is, just because I want them all to be the same, I am going to I'll just clip it. You can use a paper clip, but this is handy. So I'm just going to do that so that when I cut it, they're all the same. So I'm going to do the same to this one. Oh, it didn't go all the way through. Hold on. That one's nice and dry. Let me just grab my scissors. But you want them all to be the same height. Okay. And you'll see why in 1 second. And you can ink these, and like I said, you can cover them, you cannot cover them, you can do whatever you want. And then I'm going to take my third one. And I already put the little cards inside. Same, you know, the same design. I also like the sound of the tracing paper. Kind of has that little bit of a crunchy sound. I'll just cut that envelope there. I can see the mark. You can do this by hand too, but you know me, I can't cut a straight line to save my life. I don't know why, I just can't. I can fussy cut all day long, but I can't cut a straight line. Go figure. Okay, so then, and I am putting this into a wastebasket just in case you're wondering if I'm putting it on the floor. Although at this point it really wouldn't matter because my floor has so many things on it from that estate sale. She was so generous. And the things that she made, oh my goodness, gave me so many ideas. Things I've never seen before. I don't know where she got her ideas. I just love this little golden book. I found 2 more, and I mailed one to my friend Katie because she was, she had made one and had gifted it to a friend. So then what you're going to do is, I have this that I printed from the same kit from Raindrop Lila. You can find her on Instagram. She has a YouTube channel, Raindrop Lila. Her name is Lydia, and she's very sweet. She has a sale going on right now on some of her items. So then what you're going to do is, what I did was I backed. I didn't have any more white cardstock. I ran out. So I backed it with just some copy paper. You could just run it through your printer again and back it, but I didn't. So I just used this piece. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my ones that I cut that are now open. Goodness. Like this. I think I cut them too low because they're not. Okay, so see, they're like this. But see what happened? I cut it a little bit too much, so I cut off that edge. So I'm just going to have to run some glue in there real quick. So just make sure you glue down your card. I think I may have missed that part when I made them. I think I may have brushed these too much. But just run some glue along there so when it opens, it stays attached to your card, your envelope. I'm just going to run some Fabri-Tac along here. That's all you have to do, so that it sticks to that side, so that when you open it, your card is what's showing, not your envelope. See? And I'll just run my fingers along there. And like I said, you can ink it or what have you. I'm not going to ink it because, oh, that stuck. Well, maybe it didn't. Well, did it? Well, the very edge isn't. This sugar bottle, I don't know about it. That's why I've been using my other one, because I don't know whether it's not full enough or what, but it's taken forever for the glue to come out. Here we go. So yeah, so you just want to make sure that, you know, it's stuck, so that when you open your envelope, that's what you see. Make sense? Let me just check the other one just to make sure. Yeah, I cut that one down too. No, maybe not. Just the very edge. Hold on. I cut it down a little bit too much. But that's okay. I mean, you could cut it down as slow as you wanted. Just make sure it's stuck to the envelope. And just check the other side. Yeah. Okay. There we go. I'm sorry about that. So yeah, so the card that you put in there, just make sure it's nice and stuck to the inside of your envelope when you put it in. Let me just press this down. Or make sure it's nice and dry before you cut it, because otherwise it will lift. And it might be because I'm using tracing paper too. You know how sometimes tracing paper doesn't stick real well unless it's real dry. Okay, so now when you open it, that's what you see on the inside. Okay? Isn't that pretty? I love it. And this is like a lacy effect. So it's pretty. So now what I'm going to do is put all three together. And I'm going to put them down here so that when I fold this up, I want to put it, you know, I'm going to, oh, first, before I do that, I'm going to take my envelopes, put that aside. Before I do that, I have to take my envelopes and I'm going to put them kind of here so that I can see where my middle is. So what I'm making is an accordion folder, you know, accordion folio, but an easy way by using envelopes. So let's see. I think this is the middle here. So I'm just going to take, I'm not using that because it takes too long to come out. I'm using my Fabri-Tac because it's tracing paper, and the Fabri-Tac for me works better on tracing paper, and it gives me a little bit time to move it if I have to. So I'm just going to go right down the middle here, making sure that my opening is here at the bottom. And I'm going to place that right there on the edge, like so. And press it down. And then do the same thing. just in the middle. Making sure that your bottom is down there and everything is lining up. And now that's got to dry for a minute. So I'm just going to take, you can take a bone folder. I like to use this anytime I'm gluing. It just, and now everything should open right, and it should be glued right like that. Okay? Can you see that in the camera? So that's all you're gonna do, is just the middle. I'm getting ready for Easter. I can't wait. I love spring. Of course, you know, with a lot of the colors I use, I love, you know, the pastels and stuff, so. And I love Easter, so I'm starting to get out some bunny things and stamps and what have you, get some ideas. So now what you're going to do is take and decide which side you're going to use. I'm going to have this be my outside. This will be my inside. I'm going to take, and I'm going to take where my openings are, okay? And I'm going to place them here where I want them. And make sure that when I fold it up, I should probably trim this first, but I'm not going to. Because I'm going to have to trim it because it's too wide. And then I want to see where I want my top to come down. You know, my top flap. And I want to make sure there's enough room for me to get in there. So I don't want to make it too low, you know, too close to that edge. So I'm not going to like fold it down, but yeah, that gives me enough space. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to just take my pencil and I'm going to mark about, let's see, let's move this a little bit. I'm going to mark about, let's see, let's go a 1/4 of an inch on both sides. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me move this. There's a 1/4 and there's a 1/4. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to trim that up because I don't need that whole width because my envelopes are short. If your envelopes were wider, you wouldn't need it. And I'm just going to trim that at the, you know, at that 1/4 of an inch where I measured, and take that piece off and save it because I might need it for something. I don't know. It'll probably get trashed, but I trash at the end of the day or at the end of the craft or whatever I make. So I want to get right on that pencil mark so it's even Steven. There we go. And you can use scrapbook paper, book paper, you can use anything really. I'm going to put this back down here. Is that how I had it? Oh my goodness. Yes. Okay, so you want to make sure your openings are facing you so that when you do bring it up, you're going to be able to open it. Okay? So you want to make sure that the openings are here. I just want to make sure I didn't glue any of these together. I mean, the middles are supposed to be glued together, but just want to make sure that they didn't get stuck together. Huh. That's what you have to be careful of. See? So you just want to make sure that you didn't glue any of your tops. So then you just want to place it wherever you want. Make sure it's kind of in the middle. And you want to glue it right on the edge. So you just want to take this. Not that, it's too slow. And then just glue it on. So take your whole thing here. Tombow works really good for this. I just don't have any left. Well, I do, but it's coming out real slow, so. It's almost empty. Again, your opening, line it up so that, you know, you've got about the same side, you know, same on both sides. And make sure that it's right there on the edge. My desk is so dirty. Sorry about that. Just gotta be careful because I don't want that to move. I should flip it over. This has a whole bunch of ephemera 2 packs with it. I bought it specifically for this journal because it's a baby girl that I'm making it for. Okay, so that's done. Then you're going to flip it up. Oh, I was going to round my corners. I think I still can. Where is my corner punch? It's right there. Hold on 1 second. I'm glad I keep everything where it's supposed to be. I wonder if I still can get that in there to do that. No, I don't think I can. So I think I'll just, you know what I'll do is I will clip the corners because if you're going to round your corners, you want to do that first, obviously, because I didn't and I want them rounded or not, you know, or something. So I'm just going to, not those. I'm just going to kind of clip them like this. And it's not round, but you know, it's still nice. So, yeah. I learned this from Rachel from Roxy Creations. So, That takes care of that. I could have rounded the top corners, I guess, but I didn't. So, but it matches better. So I guess that was better to do it that way. So now you want to do the same thing on this side. Just glue it. And these are 3 envelopes. You could do more. I just don't want it to be too bulky for the journal. I haven't thought of a closure yet. I mean, I've thought of different closures, magnets, you know, a tie, a ribbon, a whole bunch of different things, but I haven't decided definitely yet. So then you just bring this up like so. And press it down. I'm going to flip this over so I can make sure the glue and like I said, you can ink this and what have you. I'm just not going to take the time to do that right now. Glue it all, you know, ink it all before you put it together. And you can sew it too. You know, sew this before you put it together. That would be very pretty. Next one I make, I will definitely sew that. That would be really nice. And I decided on this side because I want to decorate it somehow, some way, eventually, whatever. This is just the basic construction of this. And then, you know, you can decorate it any way you want. So now, if you can see, I left enough so that when I fold this over, I have enough space so that when I open it up, and it just got a little bit of glue there, sorry. Oh, there we go. So when I open it up, can you see that in the camera? Isn't it pretty? And it's so simple because you don't have to go and do your edges, you know, or anything like that. You've got, because it's already done for you, it's all done with envelopes. Yeah. So all my original ones came from Roxy Creations, and I can't remember where I saw somebody do this one with envelopes before. I can't remember her name. I don't remember. This one, see, right in here, you can just put, you know, just when you're done, just make sure that your tracing paper, if you're using tracing paper. If you're using anything else, this won't happen. But if you're using tracing paper, it will. If it's, you know, because it's got to dry, and I'm rushing this. Especially that one I had made at the beginning of the video. It hadn't dried completely, so just do that, and it'll dry. And then you have your little folio. This is, it's got to dry. I have to wait for it to dry. I suppose if I use Fabri-Tac, art glitter glue, that'll work on the tracing paper better. Yes? Probably. Most likely, the art glitter glue will work better on the tracing paper. And it really doesn't matter if you, because you won't be able to see it when it dries, you know. Because one, it's got a pattern, and two, it's on the inside. So I'm not waiting long enough for it to dry. But it does dry nice. And there you go. It's so pretty. And it looks so pretty with the tracing paper, I think. And it's nice because it's not real heavy because I used the tracing paper. I mean, this is a little bit because the cardstock on the, you know, this is cardstock, but this is just regular copy paper. Well, it's not regular copy paper, it's 24-pound HP paper, but still. I could have used tracing paper. I probably should have, but it doesn't matter. It's still not heavy, and it's still flat enough, and it still will go in the journal nicely, I think. So then, you know, just kind of manipulate your top however you want it. You could put like, you know, go completely flat on it, which I'm going to because I'm going to show you what I did. So I'm just going to kind of do this. I mean, you could make it so that you had a little, you know, to make it like a little more square, if you wanted to. I'm trying to think of what I'm trying to say. Yeah. So you've got plenty of room. You can get in there, no, you know, with no problem. I'm not going to pull too much on it because I'm waiting for that to dry. But you can see you've got plenty of room to get in there. And I'll just get, if you see my ephemera folder, you're going to die because I have way too much. But just let me show you some things that I've cut out already to possibly put in there. Like I have some greeting cards. I made a little booklet. I have all the pages, of course, to the book. I keep my lace in here that I've chosen for it. Another greeting card. Greeting cards are great for journals, I think. I mean, in my opinion, they're great for journals. And then I think I showed you this I had made. That will go in the book. So here's a piece. It's a little postcard I haven't backed yet. And then, let's see, what else? There's some more greeting cards that I'll put in the book or make some little booklets out of. Here's some more ephemera from one of Rainbow Lila's. But yeah, pull out your old vintage greeting cards and use them in your journals. Here's some roses. Anyway, so yeah, that's my start of my ephemera. So then I haven't backed any of this or done anything with it yet, but you can then have this and you can put, you know, some cards in it like so. These are just from Rainbow Lila. Here's Rainbow Lila. This is just a little baby sleeping. And then this is so sweet. This is very cute for a baby book. This is also Rainbow Lila. And I'm not saying that this is all, you know, everything that I'll put in here or what I'll put in here. I don't know what I'll put in here yet. And then you can take, and I was thinking, I had a bunch of lace and a bunch of, you know, that I had in my little ephemera folder to use for this journal. And I was going to take this apart, but I think I might use that for a cover for a journal or something. I'm not sure. But I did take out some laces to see what I wanted to use on the edge here. Or you could use paper. Let me just put this aside. You could do, you know, you could put some paper through your embossing machine, and you could use that for your edge. That would be really pretty, you know, as long as it was long enough. But I pulled this out and I thought, ooh, that'd be pretty. I was going to do this, you know, on this side. On the white side, because I thought the other side was too much. But then when I put it on this side and opened it up, I thought, ooh, that works. So, and I don't know yet what I'm going to decorate the rest of it with, but I thought that was really pretty. So I'll probably do that. And then I of course had to use my whale tail punch for something today. So I thought, oh, I know what I'll make. I have this little box that I made. It's actually one of my medicine boxes. I have to wear a patch. And so I keep these boxes and I put all my different ephemeras in it. I have a whole bunch of them. And so this is a box that I keep everything that's pink in it. So it's just words and sentiments and things like that. So, you know, you could do that. You could collage it. You could do pretty much anything, you know, something like that, what have you. But I took my whale tail punches and I thought, how fun would it be to make some faux hinges like that? Isn't that fun? And all I did was I made the whale tail punches, and then I took my little crocodile and I punched the holes in it, and then I put the brads in it, and then I backed it with another piece of scrap. So what do you think? Should I do that? I don't know. I just wanted to use it, and I thought, oh, I could make some little faux hinges. I don't know. I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. If I don't like it, well, then I can take them off, right? Or I can make another one. But it's an idea. Crazy, right? I just had to use it, and I couldn't use it for anything else that I was making today. So I thought, oh, I'll take my little brads that I got, and I'll take my whale tail punch, and I'll make some faux hinges. And I just thought, oh my gosh, how cute would that be? So there we go. We have some faux hinges on our little let me just make sure this is straight. Why did I use that glue? It's not very forgiving. But I like it. I'm glad I did it. I really am. I'm going to move this down just a hair because it doesn't look like it's very even. Okay, now it is. Definitely. So cute. I'll put some pictures on Instagram of when I finish it. I don't know when I'll finish it because I'm really tired. But I just have to show you what I did with my whale tail punch and my little brads that I got at my estate sale yesterday. Make sure that's even. That looks about even. And now I have these little faux hinges. You could use those like, you know, on the side of a book too, you know, on a journal page or what have you, or on the outside of a journal when you open it. Anyway, I do not know yet how I'm going to close it. Likely, I don't know. I can't say. Once I put the lace on it, whatever I decide for the lace, but I'm pretty sure I'll go with this because I just think that it matches so well with the inside. primarily on the inside because it's got all the same colors as the inside does. You know, it's just, I think it's perfect. I do not know where I got it. I have no idea. It was just in my jar of laces and trims. Well, this was in my trims jar. I pulled it out for this journal. So there you go. What do you think? Pretty. I was going to use white. Like, you know, something like this. And I still might. You know, that's pretty dainty. But now that I put the hinges on, I think that it's too dainty. You know, so it definitely needs, I think, something heavier with the hinges. But I just love this hinge idea with the whale tail punch. So if you have a whale tail punch, you can make hinges, faux hinges, little brads. Fun. Anyway, that is today's my little project for today. My trim. I just had an idea for the closure, and like I said, I will put some pictures up, probably on Instagram or maybe my Facebook page, or you'll see it somewhere finished, and or maybe completed in the thumbnail of the video. So that's it for today. I hope you all have a great Monday. Tomorrow actually is a holiday here in the United States. I hope that some of you are taking the day off. I know, Lori, you are, and I'm glad. You deserve it. Your video was very good today. Thank you very much for your inspiration, as always. She's got some new digital she's putting out. Very inspirational, very clever. And that is for today. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that you were inspired in some way. If so, please give me a like. Thank you to all of my subscribers, for all of you who have supported me over the last several months, years, year. I have almost reached my year. I think I'm at, I know I'm over 1,000 subscribers, but I don't know exactly the number. But yeah, so that's today's video. Thank you so much for watching, stopping by and sharing some time with me. Until next time, be well, be safe, and God bless. Bye-bye, y'all.